Alright there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Netflix and anime. As you probably know, us weebs are not Netflix's best friend, but we are not its worst enemy either. As I'm going to give two things Netflix has done right with anime and two things it's done wrong with it, to show where Netflix shines when it comes to doing something with anime, and where it falters and needs to stop. So we'll go bad, good, bad, good. So we will start off with the biggest failure in Netflix history in relation to anime, and that is the 2017 Netflix live action adaptation of Death Note. That's right. Good old Death Note, my 7th favourite anime of all time. And let's get into why it sucks. First of all, it barely followed the original story of Death Note at all. Such as, well, to begin with, Light's name was changed from Light Yagami to Light Turner. Why? No idea. Apparently it makes it more Western, but we don't want it to look more Western. That's not the point. It's an anime live action adaptation. You have to keep the things that made the anime great in the first place. So Light's name has been changed. Misa's name is changed to Mia for some reason. Like, this doesn't make any of these characters better. There really is no point in changing their names. Then L in this movie, he's super weak. He's super weak, and he just doesn't seem. He's not cool at all. Now the L from the anime is a badass. He's strong enough to take people on in combat, and he has a mind smarter than the entire police force combined. Another thing Netflix decided to remove from the show was Light's mom and sister. The only good character in the movie is Ryuk. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is it Willem Dafoe that plays Ryuk in that movie? Because I'm not quite sure, but I think it might be him. But yeah, the movie was a complete failure. Literally nobody, the only people who liked the live action adaptation of Death Note have definitely never watched the anime. And it's so obvious to see, because literally, when I started college back in September 2017, my freaking course tutor said he liked the Death Note movie. You obviously never watched the anime, and you have absolutely no idea about what the story is actually supposed to be about. It was criticized. It was criticised by hundreds upon thousands of people. Weebs across the world were like, what is this? Why does it exist? It's like, this is what happens when Americans get hold of an anime they've never seen anything from or know nothing about, and try to turn it into a live action movie, it just comes off as a massive failure. Dragon Ball Evolution already proved that. And then Netflix did it to Death Note. So yeah, that's the first bad point of how Netflix massively screwed up with Death Note. Now, the first good thing I can't talk about too much because I don't actually know that much about it, but I do know that the Castlevania animes that were created by Netflix were very, very positively received. And of course, hundreds upon thousands of weebs around the world actually quite enjoy the Castlevania Netflix anime. They think it's actually really good. It has a good story, good characters, good everything really. But unfortunately, that's as much as I can say on it. You will of course have to look. You will have to watch the Castlevania Netflix anime for yourself in order to understand why so many people like it. Because even I don't know the actual reason. I'm just giving out suggestions, and I'm probably right about the characters and the story. Now, the second bad thing that Netflix have done with anime is more so a disappointing thing than bad, but it's still Netflix tampering with an anime that already exists and make it worse. And that is the very, very, very recent Netflix's own redub of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Evangelion was originally released in 1995, and it has a pretty good dub. Is not bad at all, but Netflix made their own version of the dub, bringing in new actors for every single character, and it just does not sound as good as the original. Shinji's voice actor was changed from a man to a woman, even though the guy that played Shinji in the original Evangelion dub did a great job. So why they needed to change Shinji's voice actor to a woman, I don't know. It just does not feel like true Evangelion. It's one of those animes that if you replace any actors in the dub, they just don't. It's just not the same anymore. And also, the most seen criticism of the Evangelion Netflix dub has been that the Evangelion dub by Netflix sounds more outdated than the original Evangelion dub that was done in 1997, 1 year after the original Japanese airing of Evangelion had finished. That dub was made 22 years ago. I didn't even exist when this dub was created. But yet this dub somehow has managed to sound more outdated and unoriginal than the dub that was made 22 years ago. So it seems Netflix can't make a successful live action adaptation of an anime, but what they also can't do right is redub a classic anime that's over 20 years old. Like, next year, in 2020, Evangelion will be celebrating its 25-year anniversary. So, Netflix, you kind of screwed up there. Don't mess with a masterpiece. You'll just ruin it. But the other good thing Netflix have done was the anime that I recently finished, Aggretsuko. Aggretsuko, also meaning aggressive Retsuko, is an anime about a 25-year-old single red office panda female. Yeah, stay with me on this. So yeah, Retsuko is a 25-year-old woman who is a red panda. Basically, Aggretsuko is a world full of animals take up the human roles. We have Retsuko, who's a panda, Haida, who's a... I'm not quite sure what animal Haida is meant to be. Maybe a dog? I'm not quite sure. We have Gori, who's a gorilla. No, literally, she is an actual gorilla. And every episode is only 15 minutes long, and there's currently 2 seasons. So you could finish the whole show in a single day. In fact, you could finish the show in less than 3 hours. 15-minute episodes, and there's only 20 episodes. But the show is incredibly funny, as Retsuko tries to go through her daily life as an accountant in an office. So anyone who has an office job can relate to this anime in some way. It goes about her struggles of life that she always had, that she's always having to follow orders off other people. She really doesn't like her job. She wants to leave. She thinks the only way out of her job is to marry her way out. But there isn't anybody that quite takes the position of someone Retsuko would want to marry. And if there is, it's that person doesn't like marriage. Therefore, Retsuko is still screwed either way. And she's also a character that has 2 voice actors in the dub. I don't know about the sub. I'm probably sure that Retsuko also has 2 voice actors in the sub as well. The reason she has 2 voice actors is she has her normal voice actor for when she's normally speaking, and she has her death metal voice actor, because Retsuko has a special place she goes to for a karaoke night where she sings very aggressively, hence the name Aggressive Retsuko, where she sings in a like a 1980s rock star death metal type of voice, really aggressively, and it's incredibly funny. Seriously, you should go watch Aggretsuko. Seasons 1 and 2, they're both hilarious. And I don't know if there's a 3rd season on the way next year. I really hope there is. I want there to be a 3rd season, because the show's picked up so much traction this year. It picked up a good amount of traction last year when it started, and this year it's just kept going. It's gotten more and more popular. So it would be stupid for the producers not to make a 3rd season of the show. But yes, so what are Netflix good at when it comes to anime? Making their own anime. If you see an anime and it's made by Netflix, it's likely going to be good. But if Netflix happen to be doing something to an already existing anime, then it's likely that it's not going to be good. And there'll be something bad about it, whether it's a full live adaptation of a movie that ends up being absolutely woeful, like the Death Note movie, or a redub of a classic anime such as Evangelion. So yeah, Netflix have a half and half relationship with us. Some of us hate them, some of us love them for what they've done with anime. But as I said at the start of this video, they're not our best friend, but they're definitely not our worst enemy. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, follow me on all my social medias, and until next time guys, catch you later.